Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here, of course, and I was tagged by Rhialobran, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's one of those English names, and Cornish, I think, is the region he's from. But I was tagged on a Steakout, just message to get out the news about men's mental health, and it's really unnerved me. Ever since he did this, I've been really unnerved. I took a lot of little crib notes that I normally don't use because I'm a very improv person, but I'm a very private person in a lot of ways, so I'm not going to go into details and stuff. I'm just going to say, been there, done that. So I know the struggles of dealing with issues, you know, of the head and the heart. But I think really the people I know that have been the most affected by mental illness, the root of the problem has always been post-traumatic stress disorder. We always think of it as a soldier issue, but everyday regular people can have post-traumatic stress disorder. Nurses, doctors, firemen, police officers. It's hard. Those are hard jobs, you know, to do, and I really respect them and think that all those jobs need to be higher paid, particularly the nurses and the EMTs and the police officers. That's a very difficult job to deal with. But even a regular average day person, you know, has to deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, come across an accident, something happens to a loved one. So all of us have probably either, if not ourselves, have someone that's been affected by post-traumatic stress disorder. And it's a hard thing to shake off. I don't think you ever really shake it off, but you can at least, if you talk to people that are also going through the same things, that's like the best thing to do. And know that you're not alone. You're not just on a lonely ship. There's other shipmates with you that are going through the same thing, and you can talk to them, and that's the best thing. I know it's a cliche, you know, it's always been around, you know, that find people going through the same thing you're going through and talk about it, and it helps you, but I really think that's important. The other thing is, too, there's two movies kind of related to this, is Ordinary People and Good Will Hunting, and the churning of emotions and everything and all the stress and in here and in your heart that you deal with. You know, those are two great movies to kind of watch and kind of get a perspective on things. But there was one quote from the book, I read the book and the movie Ordinary People, that really stuck with me concerning issues like this, is that if we realize that sometimes things cannot be foreseen or understood or blamed on anyone, they can just be endured. And when you realize that, that's what we're all going through. That applies to everyone around the world. Whatever occupation, social class you're in, there's some things that cannot be foreseen or understood or blamed on anyone. They just have to be endured, and we all do that. You know, when we walk those trails of life. And if we know that and keep that kind of as a certainty, and then reach out to other people that are struggling with whatever issue you're dealing with, and you have that companionship, that'll help. So that's my take on the men's mental illness health tag that I got from Rhialobran. And now I'm going to do the second half, cooking a steak out in wouldn't call it a wilderness today. I'm just at a campsite in the woods that is actually fairly crowded for my take. If there's anyone other than me here, it's crowded, but so I'll do some cooking and we'll see how that turns out. Alright, for my steak I made a burgundy mushroom and onion sauce gravy, and I I sliced very thinly skirt steak. I'm going to cook that up after this warms up, and I'm going to put the this mushroom sauce over the skirt steak, and then I have some hot dog bun, Parmesan, garlic bread to go with it. So that's going to be my steak meal today in the outdoors. And that's the slices of skirt steak cooking on the pocket rocket now. And there's my finished product. Not used to eating steak early in the morning, so it should be interesting. But skirt steak, burgundy mushroom gravy, and hot dog buns with the Parmesan cheese on it. So I'm sure it'll be good. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I hope the airboat noise isn't too bad for you. I need to tag 3 people for the men's mental health challenge, steak challenge, and I'm going to tag Bluecollar Backcountry, Tony. That's right, Tony. You got a challenge. Look forward to your Texas-style challenge for this. Jaxx Drinkwater, who I know he's a great chef as it is, so I can't wait if he accepts this challenge. An over-the-top steak challenge I'm sure he'll come up with. So looking forward to that, Jaxx. And then Under Carolina Sky, curious to see what he comes up with. More mellow and low-key like me. So challenge is out there. Sorry for the airboat noise. It's holiday, so